Hey, what is up, Cartubers? Diego here. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing 2022 Donruss Football. I'm going to do the front and back of cards, and I'm going to be reading the cards as I go along. This is a 400 card set, for those who didn't know, and it has autographs and swatches, downtowns. Of course, it has the parallels like silver, black, and gold, and jersey numbers, no name, stat lines, canvas, quiz tests, name variations, and so much more. But what I did here was I separated the defense from the offense. I might pick out some of the stats that are on the back of the card to take a look at them. I might not catch up to all of them if their names come out wrong. Here we have Hicks, who we're going to start with. He had 3.5 sacks in the 2021 campaign. Buckner with the Colts had 56 tackles. Here we have Vay with 4 sacks for the Buccaneers. For the Giants, Dexter Lawrence had 2.5 sacks. The Chargers, Tillery had 46 tackles with the Chargers. J.J. Watt only had 12 tackles with the Cardinals. Guessing he was injured. Sam Hubbard has 7.5 sacks with the Bengals in 2021. Then we have Jonathan Allen, who had 55 tackles with the Washington Commanders. With the Bengals, had 14 sacks. Trey Hendricks did, I should say. And then we have Nick Bosa, who had 15.5 sacks for the 49ers. The Colts, Whitty Payne, have 28 tackles in his campaign for 2021. And Bradley Chubb only had 21 tackles, but 1 interception. Khalil Mack had 19 tackles for the Bears, but now he's depicted with the Chargers. But a Bear right here had 153 tackles at the linebacker position. Chasen for the Jaguars had 29 tackles. Then we have Patrick Queen, who had 90 tackles and 1 forced fumble. Isaiah Simmons had 100 tackles and 1.5 sacks in his 2021 campaign. And then we have for the Vikings, Anthony Barr, who had 65 tackles. Marcus Peters for the Ravens had 50 tackles with 9 pass deflections. And then we have Greg Newsome, who had 34 tackles with 9 pass deflections at the cornerback position. Caleb Farley only had 4 tackles and 1 pass deflection for the Titans. And then for the Browns, Denzel Ward had 42 tackles and 3 interceptions for 100 yards. The Lions, Jeff had 4 tackles and 1 pass deflection. Here we have Duger, who had 78 tackles, 5 pass deflections. Devin McCourty had 10 pass deflections and 3 interceptions, but only 22 yards. And then we have Winfield, who had 85 tackles for the Buccaneers. Jeremy Chin had 102 tackles and 1 interception for no yards. And that ends the defense. And now to offense. We'll start off with the offensive tackles like Taylor Lewin for the Titans. We have David Bacateri for the Packers. I'm guessing on that name. For the Colts, we have Quentin Nelson. Then we have Mike Gesicki, who had 2 touchdowns in 2021. Here's George Kittle. He had 6 touchdowns in 2021. Marquez Galloway. He had 698 yards in that contest for the Saints. For the Browns, Amari Cooper posted up 865 yards. Randy Moss, in his career, he had 156 touchdowns. Van Jefferson had 802 yards for the Rams. And Mecole Hardman had 59 receptions. Jamar Chase with 81 receptions and 14 plus 100 yards. And Michael Gallup had 35 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins had 33 receptions and 1 for the touchdown. A.J. Brown, who played for the Titans, has 63 receptions for 869 yards. Gabriel Davis had 549 yards and 6 touchdowns. And then Reggie Wayne had 82 touchdowns for the Colts in his career. Jalen Reagor had 2 touchdowns for the Eagles. For the Dallas Cowboys, C.D. Lamb had 6 touchdowns with 1,000 yards. Michael Thomas he had no stats for 2021. I don't know what he did there. I think it was hurt. Tyreek Hill had 111 for the Chiefs receptions. And then for the Rams, Robert Woods had 45 receptions. For the Texans, Brandon Cook had 90 receptions for 1,000 yards. And then we get into our rushers with 1,200 yards plus. Nick Chubb for the Browns. Dalvin Cook had 1,159 yards. Gus Edwards for the Ravens had 144 attempts. And then Cordell Patterson had 6 rushing touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott had 12 total touchdowns for the Cowboys. And Eli Mitchell had 5 touchdowns in the rushing department. Leonard Fournette had 10 touchdowns in both catching and passing, or rushing. Antonio Gibson had 7 touchdowns. Kenyon Drake only had 2 touchdowns. That's because most of them went to this next guy, Jason Jacob, for 9 touchdowns. Dak Prescott threw for 4,000 yards for the Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers did the same for the Green Bay Packers. Actually, it's above that, but Derek Carr threw 23 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Ryan Tannehill threw 21 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Here we see Matt Ryan with the Colts, but when he played with the Falcons, 20 touchdowns with 12 interceptions. And Mac Jones' rookie campaign had 22 touchdowns. Trey Lance in his rookie campaign had 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and all I have left to say is until next time.
Well, thanks a lot for looking and listening, folks. I enjoyed being with you. So long, everybody.